Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today I want to talk about 3 ongoing Chinese contemporary dramas in this one video to help you decide which one you should be picking. 19层 19th Floor on Mango Television, 199爱 Love Endures on Youku, and 小城故事多 Small Town Stories on 爱奇艺. Similar thing about these 3 dramas are, first, they're all contemporary dramas, and second, they're all around 30 episodes long. Another thing about them is the 19th Floor and Love Endures both are based on existing novels, whereas Small Town Stories is an original script drama. First, very briefly, in terms of watchability, when I was watching these 3 dramas, which one I enjoyed most and had most fun, in descending order, the one that I had most fun with is the iQIYI drama, Small Town Stories, 小城故事多. Then it would be Love Endures, 199爱, and then it will be the 19th Floor. I will talk about them individually in this video, and you will find the time code accordingly. Let's start with, to me, the most uninteresting and I therefore dropped drama on Mango Television, 19层 19th Floor. It is led by Sun Qian and Wei Zheming. These 2 actors, I love them both, and I've watched most of the stuff they've done so far. And I really was looking forward to them creating a screen couple in this drama that may be interesting. But I soon realized that's not gonna happen in this drama. This is one of those Mango monsoon dramas that they haven't aired yet at the beginning of this year when I talked about my outlook of 2024 Chinese dramas, and I talked about the considered to be a failure Mango monsoon thing. So this is the first one that got released this year in that category of dramas. And I have a feeling that the platform itself isn't really thinking about this can go anywhere. If you look at their airing schedule of this drama, the last episode would be airing on Chinese New Year's Eve, February the 9th. Which drama would ever schedule itself to air the last episode on the day where it's least likely that anybody is going to check out your drama online because everybody is busy with family banquets, getting together, even like sitting down and watching a boring Chinese CCTV New Year gala show. So you kind of feel like Mango has given up on it. It is a game-centered drama where people go into a completely realistic virtual game, and they are faced with all kinds of very challenging, dangerous, and potentially life-threatening cases. Basically, it all happens in their head when they're in the game. They don't know how they ended up there. As the story develops, they would have to both win in the game so that they don't get killed in the game, so that they don't actually physically also get harmed in real life. On the other hand, in reality, figuring out who is doing this to them and why. The best way to put it is if you watch a lot of Asian dramas, then Netflix Japan's Alice in Borderland plus Netflix Korea's Squid Game. Think about this drama as a combination of these 2 in terms of world and character setting, but then a lot less well made and written. The first 4 episodes was still interesting. They even did really good CGI with this monster in the game, and I would very much like it to be my CG world pet. It's adorable, but it eats people, and it turns into rose petals if you defeat it. But then, when I watched up to about episode 8 and 9, I suddenly lost interest, because constantly they go into sleep and go into those games, and they're not necessarily related. One world to another, completely different. Every time it's just new stimulants, new different ways to die and to get you scared and try to survive. Yet there's very little progress made in the drama in terms of what exactly is going on, their investigation of why they're in this, who is the boss behind it, what's their purpose, even the characters' development as they play the game, get to know each other, what kind of people they are not really that well written, not so engaging, and honestly by episode 8 or 9, I still haven't found even one main character or supporting character that I actually root for. So it becomes this very tiring task to go through with the characters when they go into those life-threatening situations, trying to survive, but really not knowing the end goal, what it is. And if you want to scrutinize all the logics within the game, without the game, and you want to nitpick logically if this was working, the whole almost like a breaking a case deductive type of detective thing, then it's also, as long as you want to pick, you can pick a lot of things that don't link up, don't quite make sense. Basically, it's not a very cleverly written story. For this type of story, really, you need to make it super clever. You need to have twists and turns. You need to have things coming out of nowhere, but completely actually make sense logically and make you jump from your seat. That's the whole point of having this type of story structure. And the drama, at least by episode 8 and 9, I feel like they're not really able to do it. I've seen enough complaint online about what am I watching? So maybe it was the right decision to drop it around that point. If you're not watching it, honestly, you will not lose much. And if you really want to watch better ones in this genre, watch those two Netflix ones I've mentioned. At least they've made international impact. In a way, kind of already proven that it's been tested by a lot of people. Then let's talk about the 优酷 drama 199 I Love Endures, which initially was a 199 Love. Then its English title changed one day before its airing from Stories of Youth and Love to Love Endures. Maybe they just want to type less letters in the English name. It's based on an existing novel and it's led by Yang Zi and Fan Chengcheng. It also features guest stars such as Jin Shijia, and it also features actors that I actually really like, such as Zhu Yanmanzi. Very simple story, a very common type of story in Asian dramaland about 6 young people, 3 girls, 3 boys. Since toddler age, their parents all know each other as colleagues or friends living in a small city. And their friendship lasts from, well, when they start remembering things to end of high school. After that, they graduate, they go to different universities, their life go on different trajectory. And the story starts when they are about 30 years old, so 12 years after high school graduation. One of the boy is getting married in his hometown and he's trying to call all his best friends back then to come back and attend his wedding. Our main character is played by Yang Zi, the female lead. She is one of the most active leader of the 6 people gang when they were back in high school. She tries to help that friend who's getting married to call back all the friends, but now they're all in their 30s, different jobs, different life. It's hard to collect everybody. And the story is played with the structure that right now they're in their 30s, something happens and triggers the memory of their 18 years old time, and it cuts back to similar things that has happened back then. With that structure, jumping the 2 timelines back and forth, you see the whole picture gradually being built up about their past history and their current life. Obviously, the title Love Endures is trying to talk about friendship, kinship, but also romantic love among these people. First, on a very basic hardware side of drama production that bothered me quite a lot when I was watching. One thing is it has extreme level of skin smoothing, not evenly applied to all actors. I hate that look. That's it. It always just like triggering your whole uncanny valley of response as a human. The other thing is when they cut back to high school time, when they're 18 years old, they're very lazy with the colors. So they basically slap a yellow filter on everything. So everything looks like it's happening at sunset. I'd actually much prefer they don't do any differentiation. And even like putting a little bit more sort of like test on the acting of the actors. So there's another thing about this drama that bothers me that's not on the hardware side, which is acting, particularly pairing acting up to make sense. Yang Zi is the definitive female lead of this drama, and I would actually say, based on my impression of her and her ability and understanding of what she can do, this drama actually is normal standard Yang Zi performance, particularly the current timeline, the 30-year-old, because she is that age in real life and it does flow much more naturally than when she's playing when she's 18. She does have to age herself down and occasionally feeling it's trying too hard. But I would still say this drama does ride on her as the female lead and she's done a good enough job. But the problem with that is she's the female lead and the male lead is played by Fan Chengcheng. When they were 18, when Fan Chengcheng is playing the high schooler and she's playing the high schooler, it actually works off okay. But once they go to 30-year-old timeline, she definitely, you can see the difference between when she's 18 and 30, and the actress clearly play 2 type of different vibe people. Yet Fan Chengcheng, there's almost no difference. When the pairing was okay when they're 18, then it's not okay when they're 30 because one person has become a lot more matured, the other person is still no change. Almost like there's an age and generation gap. So it breaks the chemistry between the 2 leads. Unfortunately also, you have this challenger in the 30-year timeline, which is played by the guest star actor Jin Shijia, the writer that Yang Zi's character is a fan of since she was a teenager. And they eventually meet under working circumstances. She's trying to interview him and he's refusing it. So they're meeting and there's constant conflict and the drama between that and this very difficult but interesting conversation that always happens between them. They're very intellectually engaging people and trying to battle each other out. And that actually makes the story a lot more interesting than the main couple couple's line. Honestly, when I was watching Yang Zi and Jin Shijia playing off each other, I find the drama becomes a drama. And even the best lines of this drama that's talking about life is a lot more interesting and in-depth than whatever is spoken between Yang Zi and Fan Chengcheng's character. If I were Yang Zi, this character, I would definitely pick Jin Shijia's role to be somebody that I would at least try to pursue and then see what kind of engagement can happen, because it's so much more interesting than the old high school love that literally is just staying there and not moving at all. So I cannot ship the official couple. I'm totally shipping the one that definitely is not going to work out at the end of the drama, I feel. Probably not what the drama maker intended, but that's at least how I'm reading it. Then for the rest of the drama, it is dramatically very laid back, so that after watching 14 episodes at this point, I'm making this video, it's very hard for me to recall any specific moments in plot. And then the acting is not really that even. Certain actors, supporting actors included in the 6 group are better than others, so you're not getting the even play of every role is engaging. And so that's also something that's impacting my overall experience of this drama. Then let's move on to the last one, Small Town Stories, 小城故事多 on 爱奇艺. The drama is written by 2 scriptwriters who wrote this as original screenplay, so it's not based on any existing novel. It's led by Zhang Jianing and Gao Zhiting, also including a couple of other actors I've seen in previous other dramas that I really like. If you want to compare this drama to the previous 2 dramas, the biggest difference would be the energy is totally different. Faster, happier, eagerly paced, and it's heavy on comedy. It also is being played with the acting style I would call more grounded and realistic style. The people you see featured in this drama are all very normal people, ordinary people, imperfect people, people who very much look like they live right now, 2020s in China. So if you're talking about realism, this drama is the heaviest on realism among the 3. This is, to me, also among the 3 dramas, the easiest to swallow and follow and fall into and not stopping and keep watching drama. Our female lead character, played by Zhang Jianing, she is a suona player since she was a child and she's very good at it. She managed to go into the best music school in Beijing for folk instrument, on the brink of graduating and then trying to go into different national level music troupe and performance organization. She suddenly developed a ringing in her ear that affects her playing. And one of the reasons that triggered it is because her failed romantic relationship with somebody she's been with for years, who ditched her for a local Beijing person who's got more connections and stuff. So she's like, I need to go on holiday, rest, seek medical help, but also trying to reorganize my priorities of life. So she goes back to her hometown, which in the drama is a smaller city that's on the sea. So it has a lot of ocean-related sceneries and stuff. Her parents and her sister and a lot of people in her life doesn't want her to be in Beijing. They really want to pull her back to the hometown and finding a stable job, get married and all that. And that's her family's preference for her, but she still wants to do the professional job and become the best musician. And then she runs into 3 different men who are in various ways interested in her. One is a high school classmate who never actually told her that he's interested in her and now is a policeman. One is a guy who runs a small funeral/wedding business, who is very street smart but not so well educated. The other guy is a 2nd generation rich guy who is extremely simple and naive in his understanding of the world, and he has huge musician dreams. He looks at the girl as a potential good partner in his music business future. They're all trying to keep her in somewhere that benefits themselves most. And it becomes this power play between these people, and a lot of comedies and misunderstandings and plot happens. Right now, I've already watched beyond episode 20, and I kind of already can guess what's going to happen in the future. I enjoyed a lot about the story. One is it's really not wasting your life. There's not even one scene that's there for no good reason. Every shot in this drama is to push something forward. And it's played by actors who are, on average, if you talk about their acting ability, very evened out, and all are pretty well casted for their role. So whoever is the focus of this particular scene and shot, it's watchable. The other thing I really enjoy about this drama is I actually appreciate the fact that nobody is perfect in this drama. Even the female lead, she is clearly having clear weakness that sometimes annoying you. And her older sister, her parents, her high school friend who is trying to keep her in this small town, and all the other, men who are in other ways interested in her and trying to keep her. They all do slightly questionable things and thinking from their own benefit and selfish angle instead of thinking for the female lead. I actually appreciate that the drama is honest enough to create these characters, not being so sensitive about political correctness and respecting other individuals, their own will and stuff, to make everybody perfect and stand back and say, oh, we all encourage you and do whatever you like about your life. And no, it's not realistic in life. Often parents and children have this conflict of what I want for my life and what we want for your life. And particularly in China, it's just so common. If you write a very idealistic version of that type of story, yes, and it probably kisses certain people's sensitivity on this, but it's not dramatically and conflict-wise interesting and really not realistic. Whereas I really appreciate this drama while not making all those people a bad person in any way, but also showing that everyone is really just a normal human with their very selfish goals and intentions, instead of, oh, everybody is so understanding and perfect and politically correct and we can just all sit there and being inanimate. But it's not a perfect drama. The couple of things that I would say is its drawback is, although it's very busy, constantly happening things, it doesn't go to great depth of anything. It's very little breathing. In the break room of this drama, it just rolls on non-stop. I really do enjoy Zhang Jianing and Gao Zhiting's performance as the two leads, and even the other two guys who are main in this drama are very good. But so far, passing 2/3 point, you still haven't seen any particular romantic relationship that's among the main characters that got consolidated in any way. It's still in the gray zone, and nothing is arriving at any point, and we're almost towards the end of the drama now. Delaying gratification too much, that it makes people lose their patience. These are the 3 contemporary dramas I'm watching. One I already quitted and very unlikely to go back. One I will continue watching, but it will involve a lot of 3 times speed and probably just watch only him or her. Yeah, like I said, only Yang Zi and Jin Shijia plot is actually something that I'm interested in the whole drama. The rest are just a blur, like background noise to me. Then for the last small town stories, yeah, I'm gonna watch it till the end. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end fine, not the best, but watchable. And that will conclude January 2024 Chinese Dramaland for me. Unfortunately, I haven't found even one that started airing in January this year that really would stick with me for a long time to come. It's overall a hibernation. Nothing very interesting has happened. Let's hope February is gonna be better because we are into the Chinese New Year slot and Valentine's Day and all that, and usually people will put out heavyweight projects, at least 1 or 2 of them around this time of the year because people are at home, they're watching more television than before, so it makes sense to bet on this for all platforms. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.